In 1998, my wife Lori was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. We had 4 boys between the ages of 8 and 13. She was only given 2.5 years to live. It was a really scary time for us. But God provided family, friends from church, great medical care. We experienced one prayer-filled miracle after another. 14 years later, Lori had survived 9 reoccurrences of cancer. She lost her hair 7 times and went through 2 rounds of radiation. Amazingly, during this time, Lori raised 4 boys, worked as a nurse, volunteered at church, and even ran 3 mini triathlons. Her favorite saying became, "Stop trying to run from the storm and learn to dance in the rain." Cancer had become something we could manage. But in late 2012, Lori's battle with cancer was coming to an end. One day, I found Lori fatigued from a chemotherapy that was no longer working, cleaning out our messy garage, getting ready for a garage sale. I said, "Sweetheart, with all we have going on right now, why are you doing a garage sale?" And she said, "Well, after I'm gone, you won't know what to do with all this stuff." We just stood there and held each other. That was a turning point for me. Cancer was no longer something we could manage. I was desperately praying for a solution to help Lori. My name is Peter Travers. I'm the CEO and founder of LifeBridge 10,000. I'm speaking to you from our offices at the University of Central Florida Business Incubator, where we're in our 2nd year of membership. It's a huge blessing to be part of an organization that's totally committed to our success to help late-stage cancer patients. At this time in Lori's battle with cancer, we heard about a new therapy called Tumor Treating Fields that had already been approved by the FDA for glioblastoma, and more importantly, had been shown to work effectively in preclinical trials on 20 different types of cancer. But when I researched it, we found that it would not be available for Lori for 10 full years. Not intending to get into the business of Tumor Treating Field, but determined to help Lori, I recruited a senior engineer from church. We formed our own production team and built our own Tumor Treating Field device. I put it on myself to see that it would operate within the safety parameters of established research. Our device was ready for Lori. Lori was having 900 to 1,500 cc's of fluid drawn from the pleura around her lung, which was actually collapsing her lung, making it difficult for her to breathe. She was having that fluid withdrawn every 3 weeks. She went in for the procedure, had 900 cc's withdrawn, and the next day she started wearing our device 12 hours a day, mostly during sleep. 3 weeks later, Lori went in and only had 500 cc's withdrawn. 3 weeks later, only 200 and some cc's. And 3 weeks after that, the cancer in her pleura was completely resolved. It was like an answer to prayer, a new lease on life. For the next 2 years, wherever Lori's cancer broke out, Tumor Treating Fields kept it at bay. Lori went back to work as a neonatal nurse. She even picked up lap swimming again, which she loved to do. Interestingly, 4 years after Lori received this benefit, the FDA gave humanitarian approval of Tumor Treating Fields to treat pleural mesothelioma. The frequency used and the configuration is exactly what we used on the cancer in Lori's pleura. Then it happened. Cancer broke out on Lori in between 2 different arrays. Tumor Treating Field arrays need to be centered on tumors because the edges of the field are not therapeutic enough to stay ahead of cancer. We couldn't put arrays on top of arrays. This was the beginning of the end for Lori. We had to make the excruciating decision to let some cancer grow while treating others. Our engineers said there had to be a better way, and they came up with a whole new form of Tumor Treating Fields to handle Lori's problem. Our team worked tirelessly day and night trying to get it done in time for Lori, but we ran out of time, and Lori passed away surrounded by family in May of 2016. But Lori got to experience 3 years of extra high-quality life that we got to spend together, and she even got to hold her first grandchild. Lori would often say day after day as she was putting on the Tumor Treating Fields that she was doing it to help other victims of cancer. Since then, our engineers completed the new version of Tumor Treating Fields using dynamic reassignment of array elements. Basically, this means our array elements can be shared as you see here. No longer will someone need to make the excruciating decision to let some cancer grow while treating other areas. Research indicates this shared field is just as effective as fixed arrays. We have developed a proof of concept prototype which can be viewed in a video linked below. Our device achieved a full U.S. patent and 1 European patent and is patent pending in 36 countries. Why develop a cancer therapy for late-stage patients? Because those we all love have more life to live. LifeBridge 10,000 is set up as a social enterprise company. Investors must agree to give a percentage of profits to treat those who cannot afford the therapy. Make a difference today. Click on the Invest Now button and join our mission and our community. Thank you for your time on behalf of those who have more life to live.